All right, welcome to the Lyons Share, where I'm your host, Mitch Lyons, and this is where we talk family, faith, football, finance, and fun. This is our Lions on Lions rendition, usually coming on a Monday, but it's Friday today because the Lions played Thursday night football last night against the Dallas Cowboys in a must-win game for both teams. Both were on the ropes, kind of going in different directions. Detroit had been a little shaky, where the Cowboys had been on a bit of a win streak, and I said coming into this game that I wasn't feeling all that confident the way the Lions were playing, and I thought they were going to have some trouble stopping the Cowboys' offense. What happened, and I also said we needed to cause pressure and get to Dak Prescott, and then conversely, we needed to protect Jared Goff and give him some time so he wasn't getting knocked off a spot and allow him to be as accurate as he is. And the third thing I said was you got to win the turnover battle, and all three things came to fruition. Defense got home. They sacked Dak Prescott 5 times. They caused some pressure. He threw for a lot of yards, but overall I thought the defense played great relative to how they had been playing. They held them to field goals early on, didn't let them get in the end zone until later in the game. And offensively, our line stepped up. We kept Jared Goff clean. Amon-Ra St. Brown playing was huge. Wasn't expecting that after his ankle injury on Turkey Day. And him to come back out and get 6 catches, 90-some yards, that was huge. Montgomery, a tremendous touchdown run. That was great to see that for him and us. But that was a gutsy run. And Jahmyr Gibbs, what can you say? I mean, the guy's just incredible. He's an electric, just one-of-a-kind player. We're darn lucky to have him, and I hope we can utilize him down the stretch here to help us get in the playoffs. So where are we now? We're 8-5. We're out of the playoffs, right, as it stands now. Huge game this week against the LA Rams. On paper, you'd say they probably are going to lose that, but it's not a throwaway game. The Carolina Panthers beat the Rams last week. So if you can put an effective game plan together, do those things we did last night, take care of Goff, try to get some pressure on Matthew Stafford, and win the turnover battle. It's pretty simple in the NFL. If you win the turnover battle, you win 90% of the games. So if you get a +2 turnover differential, meaning you've turned the ball over 2 less times than your opponent, you win 90% of those games. So that's always a huge, impactful stat in the NFL. So that's what they have ahead of them. But even if they were to get beat by the Rams, you come back, you've got the Steelers at home, winnable in my mind. Going to Minnesota, winnable, although we took one on the chin at home against them, which might end up biting us in the backside because that's a game we should not have lost. But that's a winnable game. And if you win, 2 of these next 3, you're going to Chicago, and that could be a really interesting game in the final game of the season. We could be playing for our playoff lives, but it may be a scenario. And I know Chicago's the number 1 seed right now, but they've got a tough schedule coming. They play the Packers twice, and they don't have a free ride down the stretch. So that could be a situation if they've lost both games to the Packers, they could be playing for their playoff lives. That could be a for all the chips, all the marbles kind of thing. Between the Lions and Bears. So it's kind of where we're at. We're in the hunt, okay? I mean, we're on the outside looking in still, but at least we're in the hunt. A win this week against the Rams would be, electrifying for their chances of making the playoffs. But even if they lose this week, all is not lost. They've just got to string those last 3 games. And you don't have to win 3 in a row. You got to win 1 3 times. And that's how they have to look at it. But if they could steal one on the road against the Rams, that would be huge in getting some momentum. We're going to have to wait and see. Obviously, we've dealt with a lot of injuries again. Brian Branch goes down last night towards the end of the game. Be curious to see what his injury is because that's not good. Obviously, Kirby Joseph's out for the year, more than likely. And now we've got Brian Branch hobbling around. So it's one thing after another, but however we got to do it, whether it's chicken wire, duct tape, whatever. We just need to MacGyver this thing together and just find a way to win games. And once again, tip of the cap to this Lions franchise. Again, avoiding back-to-back losses again. And I know we haven't strung back-to-back wins together, and that's what we need to do. But it's a pretty impressive stat that they haven't won or lost a back-to-back game since I think early in the 22 season when they started that season off 0-8, I think, or 0-7, whatever it was, before they rallied to finish 9-8. So Anyway, Lions fans, there's a reason to have a little hop in your step today. Not a sure thing by any means, but we are moving in the right direction. We live to see another day. And, we get to watch a little football Sunday and watch other teams beat each other up. We'll see what happens. You kind of need to be rooting against the 49ers, who have a 9-4 record. We could use them to lose a few games. And then, really, as I look at that Packers-Bears, I really think our best option there is to have the Packers sweep the Bears and put the Bears back on their heels a little bit and make that last game of the year meaningful. Or conversely, maybe they sweep the Packers both games. The Packers hit a slide, and maybe Chicago's not playing for anything that last game. Who knows? Could be. Maybe they've got the number 1 seed wrapped up and they're resting guys. So a lot of football to be played yet, but it's fun to be part of the picture still. So, and I know a lot of us Lions fans were doubting whether we were, but so far, we are still. So keep it up, Lions fans. Go Lions. As always, this episode brought to you by MitchLyonsWealth.com. Check us out for a lot of free content, my book, my movie, our newsletter sign up. Check us out, MitchLyonsWealth.com. Take care.